Hello, all highs taste. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. And excuse background noise in advance. But I just want to just mention the new mark of the beast. And to me, it goes beyond an electronic device. It goes beyond a chip, and it goes beyond your cell phone. Because some people would argue that the mark of the beast, hey, it's your cell phone. They said it'll be a mark in your hand or on your head. Hey, and the cell phone's always in your hand and always on your head. Or up to your head. And I'm thinking, well, in order to use that phone, you don't necessarily have to have it in your hand. You don't have to have it up to your head. You can use speakerphone. And then to take it a step further, to where I think like, okay, your cell phone isn't exactly the mark of the beast, because what if you don't have any data or no service on your cell phone, or someone stole your cell phone? It's like, do you still have the mark of the beast? You see what I'm saying? So the mark of the beast is something permanent. So that's kind of like, okay, I have a permanent tattoo or a permanent electronic device or permanent damage to my skull by getting this chip. And I'm not saying that your cell phone can't cause damage, because it's definitely frying the brains, but I just mean like permanent, like, okay, I'm permanently marked because my cell phone is in my head. Like, I can talk to you through my head. But I just want to get to it beyond just talking beyond electronics or beyond a chip. To me, the new mark of the beast is anyone, and I mean capital, anyone who is entertaining the war overseas. That's the mark of the beast, because that's called recruiting. And I only say it's the mark of the beast because you have complete terrorists that are asking the world, they're asking you to stop with, literally, and I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to talk down to anybody's war, because like I said, there's war here, there, and everywhere. And this isn't about saying, oh, well, you hate me, so I hate you. No, this is about seeing things for what it is. I believe outside of electronics, the new mark of the beast would be anyone who's entertaining that war overseas. Anyone. Now, unless that's you overseas, or unless that's your people that are getting, and even if it is your people that are in a war overseas, that to me, that's the mark of the beast, because here I am. Okay, we have persecution and war going on. Okay, like I say, war everywhere. We'll say in the east, they're on fire. The west are hungry. The north is dealing with poverty as far as no housing, and the south, they're basically all dead. And I'm just using that in an aspect of that, basically saying northeast, southwest, there's death and calamity in the land. Now, mind you, with the whole east, west, north, west, and south going on with their own problems, now me, that's in the middle of it all, that's not really going through any of that stuff while you're suffering, I want you to stop. I want you to stop dying. I want you to stop starving to death. I want you to somehow come out from up under these cities. Because, man, that's another thing, too. You got whole nations of people and whole genres of people that are under these major cities that you see today. Oh, they're so beautiful. Oh, beautiful city lights. And there's a whole community under those cities. Meaning, when they get rid of you, you get buried alive, and there will be a city built on your head. You know, so, and that's just the short and long of it. And then, like I say, you got another section. Oh, we're being starved to death. Been getting starved to death for 10, 20, 100 something plus years. Maybe even way longer than that. And like I said, you got another side. There's no housing. There's nothing here. Or all the resources have been sucked dry. But again, here I am in the middle of all that while you're starving to death, or while you're getting murdered for fun, as far as through life, and not just for, and that's another thing too. This war probably been going on, well, as far as this swing around, maybe been going on, we'll say a month. We'll give it a month. We'll even give it 2 months. And we'll say, okay, they've been warring for 2 months straight. Now, would you rather take a war for 2 months straight, or literally be at war, or have to fight for your life and save your life every day of your life? Basically, you'll be lucky to survive the womb, and then to make it to however old you are now. That's some people have a war like that. I know people who look like me. Hell, I've been in that war to where I have to, lucky to survive the womb, and lucky to still be alive today. Because basically my whole life from birth to finish has been attempted murder attempts, basically. Yeah. So it's basically the goal is to get rid of me, or if I'm trying to lower these numbers in my department, again, and people, the world, or whoever that is overseas that's warring, want me to stop dying and want me to stop starving to death, to focus in on their war. Now, mind you, okay, so let's say I do that. Okay, I'm gonna stop dying and I'm gonna focus on you. But again, why do you want me to focus on you? That's called recruiting. So I'm gonna recruit you to be on the devil's side. And I'm gonna say it again. Oh, how dare you call it? Oh, that's anti-Semitic, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you want to call it. Because these same people that want you to stop dying and want you to dig yourself out from up under these cities to fight in their war, to support him, or to even just be talking about it, they wouldn't bat an eye or wouldn't shed so much of a snot drop when something happens to you. Like I say, people have been starving to death since the beginning of time. And not because there's no food or there's no, resources that are not there's, because all of the resources, everything's been sucked out. I'm going to suck everything out of this city and these towns and these countries and continents and islands, wherever it is, suck all the resources out. And then you basically, you've survived from there with nothing. And a lot of people have been surviving with nothing. But again, the reason why I say that's recruitment, because again, I want you to stop starving to death and focus on my war, when I wouldn't so much as, like I say, these mugs wouldn't catch a runny nose if something happened, let alone squeezing out a fake tear if something happens to you, because that's nothing new. Like I say, we'll say from this go around, and that's another thing too, that war that's been going on, war is not new, but it's swinging around now. And I think it's as far as for a distraction. So like I say, again, it's a distraction. You want me to distract, you want me to stop, and you want me to forget, and you want me to, again, stop starving to death, to say the least, to focus in on you, on some perfect strangers that are overseas. And why would you want me to focus on your war when I have my own war going on that you don't give a damn about? That's called recruitment. So I want you to literally focus on the devil's team. And they say, which side do you pick? You choose Satan. If you choose anybody who's entertaining that war overseas, you chose Satan. And I say that because anytime you got time to neglect your own problems, or anytime you got time to stop dying in your own war, to cry over perfect strangers that don't give a damn about you, and it's probably the reason why you're in trouble now, then that's you contributing to your own demise. And that's called being satanic, and really it's called Satan worshiping. That's sorcery. Because I'm virtually killing myself. I'm virtually entertaining my own demise. And this is how you know. Anytime I got to tell you, oh, well, if you're not on my team, you're going to get fired, or you're going to get canceled, or you're anti-Semitic. So who are the people who literally, who's responsible for putting these cities on top of my head? Who's responsible for starving out whole continents? Would that be anti-Semitic, or that anti somebody else who don't nobody give a damn about? Now you have anti a lot of stuff. You got anti-Semitic, anti this and that. And then you got an anti, how do I say this in a, anti-Negro. And I'll just say that. You know what I'm talking about when I say Negro, and won't nobody give a damn. Like I say, and they say, oh, well, there's women and children that are getting killed. Like I say, there's women and children that are getting killed right now. Women die on the table all the time while they're trying to get rid of that baby in your womb. You go with them. So sometimes they get a 2-for-1. Not only do I have to worry about your youngins coming up to be somebody, hey, we'll get a 2-for-1 on this table. And if you're lucky, they can get you too. You see what I'm saying? So not only that, they're snatching babies out of women's wombs with or without their permission. Women are being snatched, and well, men and women are getting snatched, being used for their parts. And you see what I'm saying? So not only that, not only am I using you for your parts, I'm getting rid of you, and I'm lowering your numbers, and then I'm making sure that your children, basically your future is going to be slim to none. It's going to be starting to wither away. So with that being said, so while we're literally getting cities built on top of our heads, we're being starved to death. Well, we're being murdered for fun, and this isn't just happening 1 or 2 months ago. My war didn't start 1 or 2 months ago. My war started, as far as with me, where I am in this world of ramming in this journey, my war started in the 80s. But it goes back. It goes way back. To me, the 80s, that's not that old. Well, it's only what, 30-something years? That's not, but we go back centuries as far as the war, or as far as being wiped out, or as far as getting these cities built on top of our head. This goes beyond a 2-month war that made it to the news. And that's another thing too. If you make it to the news, that's another form of sorcery too. Anytime, because there's somebody controlling the news. One part of the news will say, okay, hey guys, feel sorry for this group. And another part of the news will say, hey guys, demonize this group because they're just trouble, or they're not worth much anyway, or aren't they better off? And like I say, that's called programming. So if I'm programming you, and I'm conditioning you, and I'm recruiting you, that's called sorcery. That's Satan worshiping. So again, anybody who's focusing on that war, even if you are, and that's why I say, even if those are your people, and if are you warring over there, you're warring for a specific reason. The same way we're being wiped out for a specific reason, you're having that war, where it's real or fake, for a specific reason. Either A, to distract, or B, to collect on karma. You see what I'm saying? So things happen for a reason. So, like I said, if it's fake, you want me to stop what I'm doing to entertain fake news. And if it's real, you want me to stop what I'm doing to help you out of your karma. What goes around comes around. And you could say, oh, but there's women in church. How can you be so insensitive? Or how can you be anti-Semitic? That's not being anti-Semitic. Because again, where are those same tears? Where's that same news footage, that news coverage? And where's the same concern? Where's the same, you're going to get fired if you talk about these people? When it comes to the folks who are getting starved out as we speak. And been getting starved for a long time. And that's all just to say the least. Like I said, there's women and children and men that are starving to death right now. Right now. And don't nobody give a damn, especially those overseas. Don't nobody give a damn. Your toppest dog don't give a damn. Okay? So don't ask me, one person in the world, or don't ask the world to stop what they're doing to cry for you or to feel sorry for you. When again, you wouldn't catch so much as a runny nose when you catch wind or catch the news of what's going on with other people. People died by the millions. People die by the thousands, and you think anybody give a hoot? You think the world's going to stop if you die by the thousands? No, if anything, they'll rejoice. They'll be laughing about it on social media. You see what I'm saying? Let one of us get shot in the back right now in a group as part of a war that's considered a snuff film. If anything, anybody will hop on, oh, that's what you get. Well, you should have paid your rent. Or yeah, got a nigger. You will be celebrating. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I call it sorcery. I don't want to hear anybody. Don't ask me. Literally, I'm not, see, I am on social media and I do have a television, but my thing is, I don't want to, it's certain things, if all I'm talking about is the war that's overseas, and I'm not saying that there's not a connection, because America's evolved. Like I say, all of these places have blood on their hands too, so nobody should be saying, God bless America, or God bless the overseas. Every section of basically anybody who's warring and throwing bullets around and getting blood everywhere, they have blood on their hands. Nobody's innocent. You can't say, oh, they killed millions of us, or they killed thousands of us. I could have killed 2 of your friends and you killed 20 of mine. It doesn't make it right on either side just because you killed way more than I did. No, we all have blood on our hands. I don't, I'm just saying we, as far as who's warring. Every section of people that wants you to stop what you're doing to entertain this war, they all have blood on their hands, and they want you to pick a side. They want you to figure out which demon are you, which team, which satanic team are you on? Because you could say I'm on this side of the war or that side of the war, and guess what? They are both demons. Those are both Satan worshipers. That's both into sorcery. Neither side will give a damn about you. You die right now, and I promise you, you'll be lucky if you even make the news. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, no matter how you die. You can die tragically or peacefully. You'll be lucky to make the news. So, like I say, be mindful before you stop what you're doing to entertain something else. And like I say, that'll be sorcery. Like, how is it that you have time to stop dying, to stop worrying about how you're going to survive, to focus on somebody else's war that you don't know nothing about? That could be fake. And I can assure you, they're going to be a lot more secure than you are. But like I say, at least they have something. At least they have the news to fall back on. We don't have anything to fall back on. So like I say, we can't afford to stop what we're doing. Can't afford to stop to focus on anything else. Because it's like one of them things where we don't have very many blows left before the lights are out anyway. It's kind of like you're walking on hot coals and you already don't have any shoes. You might want to hurry up and get out of here. You know, so it's like one of them things we just, At this point in the game, at this point in the world, and at this point in the war, especially with World War III literally beating on the door, if it hasn't started already, which I'm thinking it probably already did start, we just don't know it because we don't really, I think at this point, it's just not necessarily bombs dropping on the head. Definitely bullets flying, but not necessarily the bombs dropped on the head. But we'll think, oh, we're not at war, everything's fine. It's kind of quiet. Like, no, you're at war. You're at war. And so again, how is it? My thing is, if you have time to stop dying, to focus on some else's problems, that's you contributing to your own demise. Yeah, I'm going to stop, or I'm going to care less about my problems because I don't matter. So let me focus on you. Let me cry for your pain and your demise while I'm withering away. It makes no sense. That's called suicide, and that's sorcery. So that's why I say, hey, that's the new mark of the beast. Damn a cell phone, because somebody can steal your cell phone, or you don't pay that cell phone bill, and you get your phone cut off. You don't have the mark of the beast anymore because you don't have no damn data. Or the internet blows out. What good is the damn phone if you can't use it? A lot of people get on there to surf the net, to talk and to send texts. And if you can't do that with no data or no damn tower, so like I said, that wouldn't be a very good mark of the beast. If I like, damn, somebody steal your phone, my mark of the beast is gone. No, somebody else got the mark of the beast now. No, I think that's something permanent. So you permanently, when you pick a side, you're permanently saying, hey, I choose Satan because I'm gonna ignore my problems. I'm gonna say F me. And then I'm going to focus on Satan. Someone who don't give a damn about me. Wouldn't spit on me if I was... Wouldn't spit on you and wouldn't stomp on you if you was on fire. And if anything, they'll laugh at you. Hop on social media and they will laugh at you. I'm going to tell you that right now. You will get laughed at before you hit the news. I can promise you that. And that's not to be harsh, or that's not to be rude, or that's not to be anti-Semitic, what do you want to call it. But just based off experience, look around. Have you ever hit the news when you die in mass? Or when you get starved out? Or when you get when they say, hey, there's buildings built on top of these people's heads, or hey, there's bodies up under these train tracks? You're not going to hit the news. If anything, you will be buried, because that's called burying you, getting rid of you, and getting you out the picture. And hopefully we won't have to talk about it again. Because it's called, the whole point is getting rid of you. And that's what I'm saying. My whole point is to get rid of you, how do you have time to stop what you're doing to focus on the devil? While you're being eliminated as we speak. You're literally being gentrified as we speak. You're being put out of business as we speak. You just look at the youth. If you could just look at, put your glasses on, where do you think the youth is going to go if Cardi bitch and basically all of these nuisance and all of these riffraff, those are who's getting elevated? Hey, I'm supposed to grow up to be like Cardi bitch. That's not a very bright future. That's not. So if we just do the math on what our youth is looking like, if it's looking bad in the future, we might want to straighten up right now. So yeah, that's my only thing. That's why I say that's the new mark of the beast. Anybody who's entertaining this war, whether you know anybody over there or not, or whether it's real or not, that's called recruiting. So again, I'm going to recruit you for a war, and then basically have it to where you're not relevant in the story, but somehow I want you to stop dying. And mind you, you're not relevant. Nobody's gonna give a damn about you, and they don't give a damn about you, and they're showing you. But I want you to stop what you're doing to focus on me, focus on the devil. Give the devil attention so you can be distracted for what's coming next. You see what I'm saying? Stop focusing on yourself. Stop figuring out ways to survive. Focus on me. Women and children are being killed over here that you know nothing about, and you don't even know if this is true because the news is telling you. The news is telling you this. You don't know this stuff. All I'm saying, just be careful, because what looks can be deceiving, and a lot of people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. Oh, I'm thinking I'm doing something right. God should love everybody and care. I'm not saying don't be caring. Yes, if someone needs help, help them. Be a helping hand. But again, all I'm saying is, if you're on fire, you can't blow your own flames out to help somebody else. You're in trouble right now. You're on fire. You need to get your flames out. You need to make sure you stop, drop, and roll. And then you need to bandage yourself up to make sure you heal properly before you even go try to play hero to somebody else. How you gonna try to play hero to somebody else when you literally have one more outburst before you're put out of business? You see what I'm saying? You got one more poisonous meal to eat before you're put out of business. You got one more missed payment before you put out on the street. You see what I'm saying? So it's like one of them things. In an airplane, they say, hey, before you go to help somebody else, put your face mask on first before you help somebody else. Because if you are gasping for air and you can't breathe, or you're literally got 1 or 2 breaths left in you, how does that look while you're dying and you're fighting to save somebody else? And you think you're gonna get some brownie points at the gates? This will be one of them things. Like, what happened? So while you died trying to save somebody that wouldn't spit on you or stomp you out if you were on fire? Okay, yeah, you show Satan, and you already know where you're gonna end up. And I'm just giving you the nasty truth. I'm not trying to be rude, and this had nothing to do with anti-Semitic. Because if anything, people will be anti-Semitic towards us. Because that's another thing too. They're not going to tell you that war is really for you. That war is to get rid of you, but they need to start it there to distract you to thinking, oh, that's what's going on overseas. But really, that's for you. And I say for you, that's for the nappy-headed people, the nappy-headed community. That's for you. The war is for you. Any war, World War 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's for you. For the nappy heads. That's to get rid of the nappy heads. So it had nothing to do with some pink people or some fake pink people or some imposters fighting over some land. Yeah, I'm not saying they don't fight over land, but they're fighting over somebody else's stuff. That's why they're fighting over it. This belongs to somebody else. Just trust me, something that's rightfully yours, they're not gonna be able to beat it out of your hands. I mean, they do it all the time to you, to the nappy heads, but as far as them, when it comes to the Satan worshipers, we'll just call them Satan worshipers. When it comes to them, basically Satan, everything that Satan has is stolen. So if they're fighting over something, I'm fighting over your wallet. You see what I'm saying? You stole his wallet, I'm gonna beat it out of your hand and steal it from you. You see what I'm saying? We're fighting over something that belongs to you. And when I say we're, I'm talking about the Satan worshipers are fighting over something that belongs to you. And that's why they got to get rid of you. Because they can't imagine giving you the key, or giving me the keys to the world. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that 2 cents in there. Don't fall for the mark of the beast. Don't come up short trying to fight somebody else's battles when you're in trouble your damn self. Because there was a lady too that really upset me. She was so compassionate. You don't do that. It's women, children. You don't, like, so compassionate. Like how that football player was. Y'all MFs are crazy. Like, he's cussing everybody out because people are not. Now, mind you, you can't really jump to the A because it's kind of like you don't know what's going on overseas. Most or all people haven't even been overseas. You don't even know how to get there. As bad as you do want to help. And like I say, for all you know, you don't even know if that shit is real. But I know what's going on here is very real. I know what's going on in here. It's every day somebody's dead, or every day, or even, you know, even overseas, that somebody's getting starved out. Somebody's getting starved out here too. But I'm thinking the problem here is more just like getting the resources, you know, sucked out of the section, and getting the youth destroyed, and destroying the men and women right here. So they don't necessarily have to starve the people here, because we're already eating plenty of poison anyway. So ain't no sense in starving us, because hey, go ahead and eat the poison, indulge in the poison. But yeah, pretty much we just got to focus on how the hell can you survive? Basically survive. Use that same energy and tears to where you say, oh, you know, women and children involved, to worry about your own women and children. What about those the women that are carrying your children, that are getting those babies snatched out of their wombs, or getting those babies indoctrinated to be capped? You see what I'm saying? What about that? You know, what about the men? Save your own men. You see what I'm saying? Your men are in high heels. Save yourself. Anyway, be well, be safe.